I'm from Denmark. In my country, we have close to 100% inclusion of the visually impaired and people with different reading impairments. And one of the reasons why that is possible is because we have invested a lot of time and energy in technology, conversion technology, digital library technology, and so on, that can be used by the included pupils and their teachers and their parents in order to be able to create alternative media, alternative versions of the education material. So, anyway, let me get the presentation started. The Robobraille service that we have been awarded for is a free service. It's on the internet. You don't need to register. It's simply a matter of going to the Robobraille website at www.robobraille.org, and you can begin to use the service. You don't need to register, and you don't need to pay for the service as long as you use it for individual use and as long as you use it for non-commercial purposes. The service, as it stands today, can do 4 different things. It can convert a whole range of different document types into digital Braille that can then subsequently be rendered on a Braille display or embossed on a Braille embosser. The second thing we can do is that we can convert documents into different audio formats. One audio format is plain MP3 files, so you can submit your documents to the service and have them back as an MP3 file that you can then play back on a mobile telephone, an MP3 player, and so on. Alternatively, you can have your documents converted into structured audiobooks in the DAISY format, which is a format that is very, very useful for people in educational situations, since we retain the concepts of a table of contents, of chapters, of pages, and so on. The third thing that you can use the service for is to convert documents, again, a whole range of different document types, into ebooks that can then be read on an iPad, an ebook reader, a Kindle, and such devices. Fourthly, you can use the service to convert otherwise inaccessible documents. Those could be scanned images, image-only PDF files, difficult PowerPoints, and so on. You can create those types of documents into document formats that are more usable by people with special needs. So that's the last part of the service, the way that it's offered today. The service, as it stands, supports a number of different languages. At the last count, I think we were at 16 languages, meaning that we support all the main European languages. We have support for American English, for Latin American Spanish in the service as well. We have support for Arabic and for Arabic English bilingual. And we're constantly looking to add new functions to the service and to add support for new languages in the service as well. Our objectives of the service we have up here is really to create independence and self-sufficiency amongst people in a learning environment, and even beyond that, to make sure that people who have special needs, who are visually impaired, blind, partially sighted, or who have a reading impairment as dyslexia, a learning disorder perhaps, that they become self-sufficient in order to convert documents into to formats that are more suitable. We believe that that is very, very important in education, in vocation, and elsewhere in society as well. Then in addition to that, there are a number of other objectives, one of them being the availability of the service. Since we are running a fully automated service that is available on the internet, it's available 24 hours a day. You can have your documents converted whenever you want. You don't need to wait for somebody else to do the conversions. You can simply submit your documents and have them back at the exact moment where you need them. So availability is another critical factor. Then, of course, we're talking about support for multiple different formats. Usually when you're enrolled in an institution, if you are lucky enough to be that, you have special needs, there will be some kind of office offering alternative media services to you. Many times they'll only be open during normal office hours, and also in many cases the output of that office will be limited to only providing a single format to you. By using the Robobraille service, you can have whatever format that you want. You can have a combination of different formats. If you want it as audio, as ebooks, as Braille, you can do that instead of having to rely on one format. That also makes the service actually available to the mainstream users who may want to use multiple modalities when they're studying. They may want to have their education material converted into MP3 files so that they can study while they're commuting to and from school, so that they can study while they're doing their workouts, and so on. So those are the objectives, the main objectives of the Robobraille service. Then turning to the last slide that I'm going to present to you is Robobraille in the Arabic region. Of course, we are extremely happy that we are amongst the 6 winners of the WISE Award. We already last year did a project with an Egyptian partner that enabled us to create a somewhat Arabic version of Robobraille. There are still some missing bits in the service as far as Arabic is concerned. Last year we managed to add support for Arabic speech, so you can submit Arabic language documents to the service and Arabic English documents to the service and have them back as MP3 files. That is, of course, a useful service. What we would also like to be able to do is to have the accessibility services of the Robobraille service running, enable people to submit inaccessible Arabic language documents, scanned text to the service and have them converted. And we believe that that will actually be possible now that we have been exposed so much by winning this award. So that concludes my presentation. And you're welcome to come by if you want more information. We are, as I said, always on the outlook for new project partners to add new functions, to add new languages to the service.